Hello, everyone. It is Winnie and I. Winnie is in the middle of my 8 green tea conures, and she's a sweetheart. I want to talk about something regarding estrangement that is probably, or any breakup, that is the most challenging part to come to grips with. When someone breaks up with you or walks out of your life and you're not there and you haven't closed the chapter, you are not emotionally, mentally, physically ready to let that person go, and you find yourself in a really, really challenging place, especially with social media today, the hardest part is when you feel like you've been replaced. As whether it's as a wife, let's say your husband and you get a divorce, you haven't healed from it, and you see that they've moved on. And so when it comes to estrangement, the hardest part is when you feel your son or daughter has replaced you with someone else, whether it's a spouse, a life partner, in laws. If you're a mom, you feel like your son now has his mother in law has stepped in to replace you. It's probably the hardest and saddest thing is that you feel you've been tossed out and they simply found someone else to step in and be their source of comfort, someone that will be next to them when they're going through surgery, when they're having tough times, that they start to rely on other people and they no longer have a need for you. You feel like as if you've lost your importance in their life. I know how challenging it was for me when my daughter's stepmother would say, "That's my daughter, this, and we've raised a really good girl." And uh, the problem is social media kind of puts everything right in your face. It almost shoves it down your throat and leaves you feeling as if you're choking, trying to catch your breath, gasping for air. I know how challenging it is, yet the flip side of all of this is that we can't be replaced. We have left an imprint on our children, and the love we once poured into them can be poured into other people. Even if someone says, "Hey, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, and doggone it, no one likes you," that's simply not true. If you have poured your love into someone, whether it's a child, a spouse, etc., and you find yourself saying, "Well, who do I invest in?" There's a whole world of people out there you can invest in. You can invest in animals, neighbors. You can volunteer. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. And at work, if you go to work, try to be kind to people. Get Take the time to extend a happy birthday. How's it going? That's all there is to it. I think for me, when my daughter's estranged and I felt replaced, I said, "Well, I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to put myself out there. I'm never going to love anyone again. I'm never going to give my heart to anyone, because forget it if I'm going to get it smashed or broken, or I'm going to be left in the dust." But you know what? Just like you have love for other people will have love for you. And we're not meant to last on this earth forever. She's being sassy pants right now. But there's a lot of different things you can do. You can pour yourself into a plant. You can go water the flowers. Plant when it gets warm, plant some flowers outside, pour yourself into them. But don't stop loving simply because you feel discarded, because you are simply still worthy. And you become, I think, of greater value because you now can use your pain to help other people who are going through the same exact situations. So Please don't allow this one situation to stop you from being a kind and loving person. And eventually you'll come around and realize that you are deserving of love. So I wanted to talk about that, and I'll be back.